Beyond the coast of a volcanic island, a domineering ship sails in your direction, pirate flag flying proudly from its mast. The sheer size of the vessel eventually blocks your path to Vistarian Island. The pirate ship slows to a halt as it nears your ship, and a half-elf in an elaborate coat with gleaming brass buttons and a tricorn hat steps up to the prow and peers down at you. Oh, what do we have here? Or rather, who do we have here? He asks smugly. One of the other officers, and you can see. So this is. You're not in a sloop, right? You're in anyways, whatever you are in a ship made for travel, swift and efficient. This one is not. With its 3 masts, full sails, and pretty much two layers of guns. This is a warship. And you can see that on the faces of the couple of sailors peering down either over the prow, or through the now sort of opened up cannon ports. They are looking at you, or going, almost like, not pray, but play. Captain, I think this one's a bit weird, don't you think? No, as in this one, sort of, you can see one of the sailors address the half-elf, of which I have a portrait. So I will show you the portrait of this little bastard here. A smug little shit.
Yeah, he looks like he
yes,
wants to be
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's a
Let
bit
handle.
In Asker tradition, he's hot.
I cannot guarantee, this is not a campaign written by Joe Cat, so I cannot guarantee that all NPCs will be hot, but we'll see. He sort of looks down and says, "What kind of abomination is this? Where could you have found this wreck?" Or Rex, as he turned. Captain, I think I see a name. Actually, I think I see 7 of them. Well, that's a new one. But I guess we take all newcomers. Well, most of them, anyways. Who will be speaking for your crew there?
Astrea, having climbed down the mast.
Or are you still up in the mast higher than him?
Oh yeah, no, I stepped onto, I stayed higher up.
I think you'd be just above him, right? Considering the size difference of the two ships. Oh.
I am Astrea, captain of the Chimera.
Aptly named ship there, Captain Astrea. I am Charleston Kriegler, captain of the Apocalypse and the Shipwreckers. Pause for dramatic effect. You can see that he literally has rehearsed this, and there's the pause for dramatic effect. Yeah. And then there's a cheer coming, and it's one of those cheers. He was not necessarily addressing the Shipwreckers to you, but more to his crew. And there's a cheer coming up from the front. Clearly, they are proud of the name. And we have tasks ourselves in making sure that, Vilstran Island is, gate kept. If we were to accept any refugees, we would be overcrowded. So we have taken to ourselves to test any newcomers to these waters.
Understand.
Good, if you understand. So here are the rules. Nothing dramatic. Well, not too dramatic. just a race. And feel free to opt out at any time if you wish, Captain. A ship race between yours and ours up to the island. You win, we let you through. However, if we make it first, well, there's a reason why we called ourselves the Shipwreckers. Right, boys? Now, to be fully fair with you, Captain, I would not want to keep you from repairs or recruits or anything you might need. So feel free to explore any of the islands around Villastron. But Villastron itself, well, that is what my purpose is for. And considering your ship, well, I would not want to hurt your pride in telling them that you will lose. But I am always an admirer of those who take risks. We've had 3 this month, haven't we, boys?
So, it is the heart of the Drake island that you protect. But we are free to sail to any other island as we please?
Absolutely. Well, let's just say that I will not have any interest in those. But I cannot say that they will all welcome you with greeting arms.
Well, as you have so aptly remarked on the state of our ship, where would you advise us to go for repairs? Because this one has been through a lot.
Oh. Well, Mr. Sleet, what would you expect? Where would they go for repairs? Well, Captain, if they're looking for repairs, they might go see... they might find what they need under the shade of the big tree. Ah, Maladell Island, yes. Yeah. There are more grove tenders than shipwrights, but they've been known to do a good job. And maybe give your crew a bit of some R&R under some shade and fruit.
Well then, what do you say, boys? And I look to Mr. Pebblebrook.
Yes, Captain. And you see Pebblebrook come in, and he's got that. He's quite aware that he's the smallest one, but he widens his stand, sort of comes up, and even if he's not wearing his bars, he's clearly wearing them in his own imagination, right? Sort of clearly, yes, Captain, and sort of side-eyeing the. I mean, let's face it, halflings are nuts. Anything that is bigger than a halfling is just a challenge for them, right? And he's definitely in that David versus Goliath mode to go, oh, this guy's a bully and I'm going to get his ass. And it's very much that kind of energy that you're getting from Pebblebrook right now. It's like, oh, Phil.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate bullies. Yeah, yes, Captain, what are your orders?
Astrea will, after the first greeting and so on, deck measuring contests are not her thing, so she would have gone down to the deck to be able to confer with the others and say and look at Pebblebrook, like, so I know this guy is full of shit, but do we really want to lose our ship over this? And say let's go to wait, what was it? Their suggested destination?
Maladell Island.
Maladell Island, if they have what's needed to repair.
Okay. So, basically, you were here, right here, here, where you were intercepted. Oh, map. And so, fortunately, the currents will help you basically go around Phosphor Island and get to Maladell Island. If those are your orders, Captain.
On site, which class is the Apocalypse?
Too big.
This would be... I mean, you're not too far away from a man of war, I believe. It's a bit weird itself because it's not a ship. It'd be just under yours, Pax, right? It'd be just under the Triumph, sort of maybe a class underneath, but it looks like it's been either modified for a specific purpose, so it's not necessarily a fast ship, though it's not a very mobile ship. But with a good wind in its back and a good sail, it'll certainly move faster than yours in this state.
So, question for our DM.
Yes.
How long would it hypothetically take me to hook the pearl into the engine?
Well, you would need to fix the engine and then probably set things up. So it's not going to be immediate.
Yeah, that I figured, but I'm talking like, again, is it like something that realistically I could maybe accomplish as we go on the way, or is it something that will take me weeks?
No, this will take you some time.
Okay.
This is definitely not necessarily weeks, but it's you would be installing. It's basically you installing an extra car battery onto a car, right? As in, it's going to take some finicking to sort of set up the whatever, and it's going to take gear and materials that you do not have, quite frankly.
Got it.
You don't have what's needed to make a fake pearl, I guess. Yeah, we don't
let's
have
face
what's
it,
needed,
folks. You barely have enough. The ship is a. It's got its walls and that's it. There's no internal furniture. There's no furnishing. There's nothing inside. Yeah. Right? You've been sleeping on hammocks and nails basically, for the most of you, because there's not even cabins.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is the inside of your ship is just one big dormitory.
So Astrea will tell, well, Captain, it was a pleasure meeting you.
And
however,
pleasure to
as
see
you see,
again, I'm sure.
We'll meet again once this ship has a little more distinction.
Of course. We will be keeping an eye out for you. May the waves treat you well. And be the winds at your back. Would you need
if
us
there is
to
a traditional
escort you?
greeting.
Would you... Captain, should we escort them to Maladell? No, I'm sure they can find their way.
Changed my mind, he's not hot.
Well, Mr. Pebblebrook, Maladell Island it is.
Yes, Captain? Okay, you heard the Captain! And it starts sort of yelling out. And there's a... Can you... Let's see. Could you add... Astrea, I'm going to ask you to roll me a d20. And I want you to add a +4 to it.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
19.
Wow. Okay. Basically, as there's a moment where there's tension, right? And the tension that where you have this smaller ship, this bigger bully there, and all of them, all of your crew is sort of wondering what's going on, but as soon as Pebblebrook sort of steps into line, start giving order, you can see that the crew is entirely on the we know we can't compete with these guys on their level, but let's show them how we do things, right? And the maneuver is flawless. As you would still find, I think, or Pax would still find something to bang someone
grumble about,
but that's only because he's looking from above. But yes, the ship moves down earthward, and you move across towards the outer edge of Phosphor Island, following the air currents. Phosphor Island, as you're passing it by, it's there to your left. And it is eerie, right? It's this twilight speckled fauna where it burns you can see lights all over it. It's luminous in a glow that is typically organic. Shifts of green, blue, and purple mixed with a little bit of yellow here and there does not cry out civilization at all. It's more those alluring lights that you would associate deep sea creatures with. They have a siren call to them even from this far, but you can see how densely thick the jungle is, even almost up to its shores. As you move out from the corner of Phosphor Island, there you start seeing the silhouette of... At first it looks like a mountain. This huge, overbearing shape of a silhouette of an island. Then, as you get a bit closer and the light sort of illuminating it, you notice that it is not a mountain but an enormous tree. And I have a handout. If you can just click here on the.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Wow.
Can I live there?
No. Wait a minute, I don't see it.
It does look.
You have to
cozy.
click
On
to
the
the
island.
There.
Yeah.
The Maladell. There we go. Oh.
Yeah, that was the correct reaction.
Hello.
As you let me get to Maladell Island. Here we go. So I guess the question is, so Astrea, you have the possibility, you can see docks there, situated with a couple of ships, and actually there's well, you can see it on the bottom right of the image there, but I'll give you a better one, I believe. There we go. So the asphodel.
It disappeared. I saw it for a minute, quick minute,
sorry, there you go.
second, and then it, yeah. Ooh.
So you
Can I
can
have
see the
that?
docks with this humongous sort of white bleached, almost bone bleached wooden tree with this
Yeah.
of a strange type of ship. So you've got the docks. However, it is an island. So if you wish to go around and dock somewhere else, it is entirely up to you.
From what we can see, is there any habitation around the asphodel, or is it just like one dock, a couple of cabins, and that's it?
No, so you've got the dock, and you've got sort of the small little village. And make me a perception check.
Yep. At a 19, because apparently that's the team today.
Okay. So through the looking glass, you can see that there's quite a bit of. You can count there's movement, right? You see people sort of moving about either in the buildings there, but they seem to be either there's quite a lot of traffic between the small town that's there and the tree itself, and you can actually start seeing that in the tree itself, there are as you're looking sort of underneath the boughs, there are lights, sort of candles or lantern lights situated in the boughs of the tree, where you actually would guess that there is maybe some sort of living habitat or whatever.
So we're more situated somewhere here, because I have difficulties seeing how we could see over a whole. I guess that we were just seeing the top of the Maladell, but not. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
No. So the tree is at the center of the island, and is basically almost.
Oh, right.
It's the tree might be almost about 500 meters tall.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe 200 meters tall to its upper point. Right, so there's no way you
to
can
be
miss
fair,
it.
yeah. To be fair, the asphodel is the closest docking system, and it's linked to the island that doesn't seem too large. Well, let's dock at the asphodel then.
Okay, the Asphodel is the name of the ship.
Okay. Well, let's dock at
the so you dock
over
at the
there
docks basically.
yeah.
Okay. As you move in to the basically to dock, not a lot of ships here. Not a lot of. You've got a few sort of maybe things about the size of a catamaran or a fishing boat, or sort of small, sort of 4 or 5 men type of vessels, right? So smaller ships.
Mm.
The ship that you see, the strange, that almost looks like it's been grown in a way. Is the only ship of its size that you can see. As Mr. Pebblebrook starts giving out orders to arrange for the docking and whatnot, do you keep an eye on the docks itself, on the docks themselves?
Yeah. I'll keep an eye out for wherever we're gonna land, and.
Okay. So as you are sort of setting yourself up, the trajectory, you're gathering up the sails, you're letting that inertia sort of carry the last couple of meters. You see there are 2 figures that catch your attention. One sort of smallish in size, the other one taller behind her, and you can see that there's definitely a deference to these 2 by people who are sort of working on the dock or moving about, as in there'll be an acknowledgement, or somebody who's sort of tying knots or whatnot will stop what he's doing, sort of say hello and then sort of continue his work. And so it is just enough so that when you stop throw anchor and tie yourself to the docks, you can see these two figures. One halfling, a wooden leg, which also seems to be. It doesn't look like it's been carved. It looks like it's a. So it's grown like a vine, basically. Right, so it has that. It literally looks like there's a vine coming out from this person's pants leg. And the other one behind is a fairly tall, purple-skinned tiefling, who's and there's just that flicker of light in her eyes as you notice that she's wearing glasses. And so it's very much the anime flicker, the white glare in the glasses as you look. I am going to. I do have handouts. So this is the halfling, and this would be the tiefling behind them.
Now that is hot.
So what were you saying about you cannot guarantee that all characters are hot? Like,
I said I could not guarantee. I did not say that they weren't.
Hey, everyone's faces are different, so...
Absolutely.
This entire game is a bloody thirst trap.
Just don't drink the water.
Sorry, DM. This is now a dating sim. I don't.
I mean, with references like this, yeah, kind of.
Not saying no. Anyways, was it the GM goals is just waiting for your friends to start flirting with you?
Does it really count when your wife is at the table?
Yes. So as you step,
No hesitation.
as they are sort of waiting for you to stop, and sort of politely staying just enough distance so that they don't come to you, sort of blocking your exit, but they would allow if any of you want to sort of jump onto the deck of the onto the boards of the dock, they're sort of just waiting for you to step off, basically.
Well, let's go greet arrival committee, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around me. Who's there?
The second you start looking around you, Pax is at your right-hand side. And he hasn't left that position since they left the apocalypse.
Okay.
Very much in duty mode.
So,
Alright.
just so that everybody's clear, we are going to be following the Star Trek rules of adventuring, which is a ship where the captain, first mate, first science officer, the most important people on the crew are always the ones to go down and have the adventures, while the people who are not necessarily necessary for the ship stay at home and wait, right? So we are going to be following those rules.
We're gonna have some nice red shirts made for the rest of the crew. Don't worry.
What I mean is that we will not be having the crew going, "Where'd the captain go again?" No, it is understandable that we are in that narrative, right? But yes, like I said, the sort of stocky gnome sort of walks forward with a wooden leg that does not seem to bother them in any way. There's none of that sort of well, I would say the pirate walk, but you know what I mean, right? As they come up, it says,
Was it gnome or halfling?
gnome, actually. It's actually even smaller than Pebblebrook. It comes up and says, Welcome to Maladell Island. What could the Blood Ladies crew at the Asphodel do for you strangers?
I am Astrea, captain of the Chimera, And as you can see, we are in need of repairs, mostly, and good rest for the crew.
Well. Oh, she is. Sorry, they turn towards the tall tiefling woman standing near the captain. Narrows her eyes behind her spectacles with the utmost scrutiny. Almond smiles, oblivious to the tiefling's harsh gaze. Oh, and this is my first mate, Hazel.
May I introduce
Almond.
my first?
You may call me Captain Almond, captain of the ladies in the Asphodel. Pointing to the bizarre ship right across the dock from you.
And therefore Astrea will turn and say, well, may I introduce my first mate, Paxilol. He goes by Pax usually. And I am Captain Astrea.
Captain Astrea, welcome. First times in these waters, I guess?
Yes.
Well,
indeed.
You are more than welcome to disembark with you and your crew, explore the island, get some rest. What's ours is yours.
And that is a better greeting than the one we found at Port Angeles Island, or around those waters.
Oh, so there's a I think Almond sort of raises an eyebrow. Hazel sort of turns, sort of whispers in their ear. Oh, Charleston again, huh? That apocalypse of his. Nobody's really happy about that, but it saved us. It saved the island from a few incursions lately, so they just let it happen. But yes, you did a good thing not to go through into his little trap. Now we've actually recovered a few refugees from his little contest.
Yes. I can guess that a few would be cocky enough to try.
Or desperate enough.
Or desperate.
But anyways, we would love to get to know you all better over a meal. Share a story or two. So if you have interesting tales, well, just bring them to the fire.
That will do. And
I think they sort of, as they're saying that, they sort of walk up to you this time. They sort of, and in a warm fashion, right? But this time, their attention is to the ship, to the Huh. Well then, you beauty. Beauties, I see. Huh. Yeah, I can see that you would need some. This is an interesting medley that you've got here. Where did you find this one? Surely you didn't just build it from Rex, did you?
well, that would be a story for around the fire.
Well, color me interested then. Right. Well then, let's get your crew fed. From what I can see, they like they need it.
Yeah. And a good drink for everyone as well.
No, that we can arrange as well. Ah, come along. And don't worry. And don't worry about anyone sort of trying to go for your ship here. You should be safe here. Good havens for newcomers.
Astrea will hop back on board again. Let Pebblebrook know that we're welcome on shore, and that he can let the crew go and
Okay.
arrange everything, basically.
As Astrea goes on board, Pax stays on the dock. Was it the captain that was speaking or the first mate that was speaking? In this
You
case,
have
was
not heard the first mate's voice yet.
Okay, so all of this was Captain Almond.
Yeah.
All right. As soon as Captain Almond says, "You don't have to worry about your ship. You're all safe here," Pax just goes, "Why?"
Because you're under our responsibility.
And what are your guarantees?
My guarantees? Well, I think that is a conversation to have around the fire. But, in the short of it, we're here for... We are not interested in your possessions. We are not interested in your ship. To be fair, we're more of a harmonist crew. Now, we can take care of ourselves in a fight. And I would dare anyone on any of the islands to come and test that on that point. But we found that an open hand is easier than close around a sword. Our hospitality serves us well enough, and the islands enough, so that we're not too bothered.
Pax sort of, without really visual or audible cue, takes peace with that answer for now and just stands there in silence until he's called on. But he's not leaving the dock unmanned from the Chimera side. He makes sure there is always someone.
Okay. Yeah, and we can for
That is something.
that's what the crew is
that
for.
is-
That's what a red shirt is for.
Yeah, that is something that Astrea would say, tell Pebblebrook as well, is give leave to as much as the crew as we can, but I still want someone on the ship at all time.
Of course, Captain.
And I think the crew would be most comfortable knowing that someone trusted is keeping an eye on their possessions as well. So it
Speaking
shouldn't
of
be
someone,
too difficult.
speaking of someone trusted, Captain. Does the small matter of Aeson?
Yes.
Just release him, or or do I just keep him locked up for now, and that is a problem for tomorrow?
A problem for tomorrow. Especially since we have no idea of what we're walking in organizationally, and we don't want to unleash a potential problem on potential allies.
I would agree. Right. So with that in mind, I'll arrange for the changing of the shift, so that at least keeping an eye out on the prisoner and the ship.
Thank you.
Right. And turn starts giving out orders. I mean, to be honest, with not much on the ship to either disembark, stabilize, or make ready, once the sails are up into place, the moors tied, there's not much to do on the ship, and the crew has just been waiting for one order, which is to jump overboard and sort of got up to the docks and sort of walk towards the forest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as if a lot of people had a lot of positions.
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Right. Okay. As you, so Alman sort of and Hazel both sort of escort the group. Hazel is definitely Pax. You can see she has that very sort of stern schoolmistress kind of look to her, as she seems to examine every single one of the passing crew, and at some point sees the 8 of them sort of pass by, or 7, I guess, and looks back to the ship, expecting more. Has a look towards Almond, and sort of Almond, is this all your crew, Captain?
Yes, it is.
Well, there's definitely a tale in that. Right. Well, a meal and a drink. Let's get to that, shall we?
Let's get to that. Indeed, thank you for your hospitality.
Right. Wonderful. Please make yourselves at home around the fire pit. And they gesture towards a smoldering fire pit in the sort of the center of a circle of huts situated just above the docks. You can see the smoke from where you are. It's about maybe a 5-minute walk. As you're looking about to the people that are here, most of them are. I mean, you would maybe expect this being a pirate island where everybody. I mean, all of your crew are armed, right? Here, it's not necessarily the case. You see very little steel, very little weaponry. Whether you'll see the occasional sort of walking stick or heavy club, but or quarterstaff, but you don't see a lot of blades in a sense.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that half of these.
Yes, go ahead.
I've got a feeling that half of these fellows are gonna be druids, able to plant shape. So I've seen their ship.
As soon as you step off the docks and into land, you can see that indeed there's a lot of all of the houses, the huts, for the most part have sort of flat rooftops, and there's you can see gardening all over the place. Basically, it's overflowing with gardens, flowers here, vegetables here, saplings. You can see that, and everybody here is sort of moving in a sort of a direction of either tending gardening, and on occasional you will see, I think you see, sort of kneeling into the dirt. You see a centaur, sort of a wide wicker basket on his back, and he's sort of gesturing to the soil, and you can see basically sort of a large pumpkin sort of grow and develop, to which point he sort of picks it up, plucks it, put it into his bag, and sort of again brushes himself off, waves in the direction of Captain Almond and Hazel, and sort of the same to you in a way, in a greeting fashion. There's you don't feel any animosity or even not much curiosity, to be honest. As he just goes on and to his next task.
Yeah.
Why is everyone so friendly? Bax whispers in a hushed tone to maybe Farron. He's uncomfortable. I think you're muted.
Yeah, you're definitely muted.
Farron,
Well, being nice doesn't mean being stupid. I'm sure that if they wanted to, they could mess up. But I don't think we want to find out how, at least not firsthand. So let's continue to play nice, I suppose, until they give us reason not to. I do agree, though. It's kind of giving me the creeps.
Gizmo thinks that we should take the chance as long as at least some people are nice to us. It's been kind of a nightmare so far, so...
Hey, I'm not complaining as long as they stay nice, you know? It's just, you know...
Exactly.
Just stay alert, guys.
Uh-huh. Fidgets with his ring, and there's occasionally like a hint of glass in his hand, but he doesn't do much besides walking.
If any of you want to make me an insight check, please do.
Yes, please.
Oh.
I mean,
Happens.
inside,
I think everyone is looking around and
Okay.
trying to understand what's happening here.
we have a very paranoid crew. We had D&D players, so we're gonna be inside check.
Oh, Pax 21, Astrea 19.
Nope.
Sorry, Astrea 19.
It's still a 19.
It's still a 19. You've been rolling 19s all night, woman.
What the hell?
Yep.
And
Meanwhile,
Farron, 4.
I'm yeah. Just you gotta balance it out somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. Gizmo with an 11. Okay. Yeah, it's. This looks like there's something unsettling because of the context that you imagine. You imagine this being the context of a pirate island, probably constantly under attack or whatnot. This is supposed to be one of the Sentinel Islands. This is supposed to be a fort, right? And so if any fort in the Empire is going to be military rule, and it's going to be, you do not move from one room to another without proper authorization. Here, it feels very laid back. Extremely laid back. And you might think that it's not nonchalance. It's not being... Sorry, it is more nonchalance than actually being oblivious. They have sufficient... They know themselves to be sufficiently protected so that they do not need to show aggression.
Yeah, it is known. They're known. Their reputation is enough to...
Maybe that could be that.
Yeah.
Pax, with that 21 insight, I'll give you something more. Which is... There's quite a lot of animals. Either beasts of burden, or, you'll see a bird flicker here and there. You'll see... And a lot of them stop, look at you passing, and then continue their road. When I say a lot, I mean you spot maybe 4 or 5, right? But it's enough to spot a pattern. You get to the fire pit, and the fire pit it's a communal area. Basically, you can see these 2 rings of benches, situated around a large fire pit with sort of a metal grill on top, and there is you can already hear there's already the sizzling of vegetables sort of grilling on the basically what is it, a great sort of a big barbecue. And you can see as you join in, there is a large burly man approaches the fire pit carrying apples and vegetable skewers. as well as a jug of fruit juice. And he's accompanied by 2 others who pretty much have sort of large baskets, again with these prepared skewers and sort of laying down on the barbecue. And again, sort of as he sort of stands up, and this guy is, when I say he's huge, he's maybe just under 2 meters tall, very sort of wide barrel chest. I do have a handout for you. There we go.
Aww.
It's a large honking man, and he's and very much in the same sort of sentiment as Alman before him. Come, sit. Help yourselves. There's more than enough for everybody to go around. What is ours is yours. Help yourselves. Feel free. There's much more where all that came from. And, the crew starts pretty much... Well, the crew is perturbed enough to wait for permission. Sort of looking to you officers. Who wants to go in for the first bite and give permission for the rest of the crew?
Well,
I think Astrea would open the line technically and help herself and say,
Okay.
"Thank you for your hospitality."
out of curiosity, as a cook, I don't think there's anything mechanically that would allow me to do this, but does it look like the food's been tampered with in any way? Do I smell the sort of spices that I would expect, or is there something kind of like funky, hallucinogenic or whatnot that I might be picking up?
Do you have proficiency perception?
I do have proficiency in perception,
Then
even though I
roll me a
only have
perception check.
+2. Ooh. Don't fuck me. They fucked me. It's a 5.
That's cool.
Haven't rolled over a 10 once this whole session.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
No, you
rolling
haven't.
19s.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
You haven't.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, no. Yeah, that makes more sense. Rolling 19s must be nice.
Dig it a little bit deeper.
Okay, now you got that. Now I've got that song in my head. No, I think Farron being in the kitchen for the past 2 weeks with nothing more than boar and nut soup. You're salivating. This is very much a these are, I mean, they're grilled vegetables like you would have on any sort of summer barbecue. There are herbs and spices to sort of bring out their flavors, and you feel yourself. Yes, your mouth is watering, and clearly, you're not the only one. As you reach out, maybe you take a bite.
Well, yeah. Astrea helped herself, and yeah.
There's a little bit.
The diet we've had.
Yeah, there's a.
I think the whole poison test mentality just goes out of the window when I'm just fuck food.
Exactly.
Pax will try to show a little bit of restraint because he's going to take a second ball back towards the ship, because I was planning to go talk to Ethan when everyone was off the ship.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to railroad you here just so that you're here for this scene, and you can always go and talk later to Asin. How's that?
Works.
Okay.
I'll go with a leftover bowl instead then.
Okay, fair enough. There is a bit of a rush. I just rolled for the crew. Rolled a natural 2, so it's not a natural 1. So it's not rush. It's not a Black Friday rush, but there is sort of almost a mad scramble for
There's
the
a
food.
bit.
And there's a hearty roar of laughter coming from this man, who sort of turns to you and says, I believe you're the captain, Astrea, I heard.
Yes, apologies for the manners.
From what I
We
can,
haven't eaten a good meal in a while.
from what I can see, that's quite valid. I'm Tiberius, by the way. They call Tiberius.
Nice
They
to
call
meet
me here the bear. Tiberius the bear. Anyways, if you need anything, just let me know.
Thank you.
Right. Well then, sit down, and like I said, there's more where that came from, so, let me just, give you all a refill. Is there anybody back on the ship that might need feeding as well?
Yeah, we have a couple of people still aboard. So
Right.
if either someone of the ship can bring them food a little later, or if you have a runner who might.
I'll handle that. Captain.
Oh, okay. Well,
Thank you, Pax.
Nishi, just could you prepare, how many people are back on your ship? Just to know how much food to keep for them.
Yeah, I think it would probably be, considering Asen, 3 people. I don't know.
Right. Well, anyways, there's plenty more. So if they need more, we can always send them. And so he.
No, that's the player saying. I don't know how many people we would have left on the ship.
Well, you would let Asen.
3 sounds pretty good. in this
Asen,
case.
one guard.
Asen,
Ace in
one
one
or
guard and the
two.
one person on the dock.
Oh, right. Yeah. So 3 people. Yeah.
So 3
yeah,
people.
3 people.
Right. Well, you let me know in the so who would be back there? Who would you have left behind?
Well, Markov would be guarding the Pearl, I would assume.
Markov.
Yeah, would he
yes.
be coming?
No, Markov would be on the ship. Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, Markov, one guard, and Ethan in the brig.
Okay. So who's the other guy? I just want to know who to play.
Let me have a look.
Or you could just roll a d8.
I'll
I
roll
love
it.
how we literally have a menu of NPCs to
Yes,
use during scenes.
absolutely.
We can just
4.
So that would be Jork.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
Poor guy. One of the
Yeah.
biggest on the crew, and he goes, "I'm still waiting for food."
Yeah, I think knowing that, Pax goes, can I get 4 portions? One of
Yeah,
them's a
4.
big one.
Big guy.
Oh, you're sure. Okay. The you know what? Before we get to what do we want to do? Do we want to do? Let's have that conversation with Asen first, and then we'll move back to the fire pit. So Pax, sort of accompanying you along the way is Nishi, who is a let's see. You tell me what kind of species would they be?
Well, we talked about a tabaxi before.
Go for tabaxi. So this it looks more like a tabby cat, right? Sort of actually no, I can see the more sort of very short fur, round, mostly the sort of leopard spots on most of their upper body, and not very chatty, but very sort of very curious. There's a you've noticed that they have these eyes that dart from person to person, sort of examining, sort of, and sort of this wide, sort of curious, almost innocent kind of grin. So, ooh, you know, what's this, right? And when told, they volunteer to bring the food, right? Oh yeah. Oh, don't worry, Tiberius, I'll get to it. Sort of grabs it, and sort of moves a bit forward and sort of looks to you, Pax, as in, you coming?
Probably the crimson contrast of that energy right now. Yeah. Pax just looks up with one ball still in hand. He knocks the rest of it back, puts it down, just gives a nod towards whomever is around him with who he was silently conversing, pushes himself up, and then follows the cat. But very much, he's not squaring his shoulders anymore at this point. He's actually allowing the exhaustion of this trek to come through a little bit. So he has more of that hunched and slumped walk, stepping behind an energetic tabaxi towards the ship.
Okay. As you sort of move down, sort of, how much do you... Yeah, you let that see. You mentioned it, right? You let that exhaustion be seen.
Yeah, not as in he's going, but he's not trying to be squared and intimidated. He's loosening up a bit.
There's a moment where Nishi, let's call her she sort of looks at you coming behind, sort of drops the crate to the floor just one, and she sort of takes out a sort of slender little either like sort of like a tree branch, but it's the edge of the branch. So, you know, with the leaves, really the tip of a branch. I think there's a particular name for that. And there's a little, as she just sort of waves it a little bit, and you can see these 2 or 3 sort of red berries sort of appear between the leaves, which she plucks one and she goes, look, this is good for tiredness. Won't give you too much trouble, but you know, just will help you take some weight off those shoulders.
See Pax reach for it in a moment. She says, too much trouble. There's like the hand recoiling a little bit before he just reaches out to grab it and pulp it in his mouth. Just goes like, if you wanted to poison it, I've already eaten 2 bowls, so...
Poison? No. This is... Again, she takes one, she plops it in her own mouth. Plops the second one, goes into... No. This... it's just a little... Pick me up. Technically, it's a good berry. But it's enough for you to feel... You still feel tired, but you feel okay. You feel there's satisfied.
Yeah.
The exhaustion linked to malnutrition, to whatever, stress. It's not a good night's rest, but it's a good nap. Let's put it that way, at least in your mind.
The brain fog's gone.
Yeah, the brain fog's a bit gone. See? Much better.
Yeah.
Instead of, she reaches down, grabs the crate again. Oh no. Look, I understand, right? We don't know you, you don't know us, and to be honest, you shouldn't have taken that berry out of my hands like that. But here we're safe, and you are safe as well. Can't say the same for the other islands, but...
What is around here?
You mean Maladell?
If we can repair here, why here?
Oh, well, you have to talk to Captain Alman for that. They are really, really good at shaping wood. They made the Asphodel almost on their own. Or at least designed the plans.
Full confusion on the lizard's face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, No, of course. For us, it's evident, but no. For the most part, we're druids. We live here. We make things grow. We trade the food that we grow here to the other islands for valuables and, well, water, food that from and other things that we need. And because we're kind of the breadbasket of this whole entire setup, well, people leave us alone.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's better than where I'm from.
Where are you from?
Been a while ago. It was this place. Never really saw the sunlight there. This huge city. Just towers upon towers upon towers. Yeah.
You're from outside?
Yep. How about you? Sure. You could be local, I think.
As far as I remember, at least. Quite far in my childhood. Traveled a lot on the Astral Sea.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, you mean? Are you? She sort of nods, thinking you're talking about the Expanse, but no. Oh, the sea. Oh. You mean you're local?
I don't remember much from that time.
Well, that's the best part about being here, right? Is that we kind of can choose to leave that behind if we want to.
He does give a bit of a scoff to that. We can just leave that behind as if it's the easiest thing in the world. Like, there's a scoff followed by that thoughtful frown as he sinks back into his own thoughts in that moment.
As you step onto the ship, you can see sort of Jorg sort of sitting there. He's playing he's tightening his drum, basically, sort of playing a little bit. As I think he smells you coming before he actually sees you coming. Dinner. He sort of grabs the and said, "No, all this for me."
Purposefully put 2 bowls in front of him, like as filled as he could have it.
Thanks, Pax.
And when you're done, join him. I'll take your shift. Crowds and...
Sure.
Just for tonight.
Okay. Yes, sir. He's downstairs. Was there any? By the way, was there any instruction as to refer to Markov? Right? Because remember, he's a Marrow. There's not much merfolk left. So, are you trying to keep him hidden, or are there instructions to keep him hidden to not talk about him?
Not initiated by Pax in any case.
Okay.
It would be only if that was Markov's will, technically. If he had come forward saying, actually, I don't want people to know I'm here.
No, this is purely a player decision. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he'll sort of half a skewer in his mouth. Oh, and Emil, well, he's having his daily bath when fishing.
Good.
Is that one of those bowls for him? Sort of looking at the potential third bowl. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And immediately there's a look of, again, that curiosity, that wonder that, ooh, this is something new, coming from the tabaxi. And sort of looking up and go, ooh. But yes, so Pax, if you want to leave those two behind, you can step into.
Yeah. Pax will actually ask she to stick with Jorg, was it?
Mm-hmm.
That he's gonna have to go deal with some ship business before he heads down.
Okay. By the way, somebody please name those put those names somewhere because I will not be able to remember them after this. Right. Let's. Right. You stepped into the dark cargo hold of the ship, feeling all the more empty now that while you still have the remnants of the crew, the smells, the odd object, sort of put to the side, but completely silent. Right? There's no creaking or lapping of the waves on the side. Just the wood itself, maybe sort of settling, and just the slight clinking of chains on the edge of your vision, as Aeson is sort of sitting there, waiting.
Pax will very casually close the distance with Aeson, as if he would just be sitting in a chair and not be chained at all in that moment. And is there maybe, I don't know, a broken crate or a bar stool somewhere that I can drag along?
Absolutely.
Pax would just put the stool in front of where he's sitting, which I'm assuming is on the ground, and put the bowl on top of the chair.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. He sort of starts to dig in.
When he moves forward, Pax slides the chair backwards out of reach, and he puts Aeson's belt with a fresh dagger and just a fresh dagger and like a box with some rations in next to it, and puts the bowl and the stool and the belt there. I have nothing to convince you with, but you have a choice. I don't like this. You chained to a wall for orders. So here's a promise. You pick up your belt and your dagger. You get off the ship. This is a friendly port. We part ways, you do what you want. You eat from the bowl. You accept that I take care of my own. I don't take care of people. I take care of my own. Now, if it was up to me, I'd command you to join me in my boarding crew. But it's not, is it? The world's upside down. We make our own decisions now. So I'm going to leave you to this, your food, and your kit. And I'll see you up on the deck, either with a full belly, as one of ours, or kitted for travel, and we'll say our goodbyes.
You say you take care of your own. I was about to ask you if you would take care, if that mean her own, but I don't know who her is these days.
It's confusing for everyone, Mason. she might be gone. Ashes in the astral expanse, in the ether expanse. Ashes. Or she's alive at the Caroline port, waiting for the next vessel. One thing's for sure, she's not gonna be without a crew for long if she's alive. You and I, we're expendable. The only truth is, we're alive. And I think we both want to keep it that way.
I'll give Astrea this, at least. She's been much better than most captains in her position would have been. Much more accommodating for somebody who held a gun at her face. Look, I'm an Imperial sailor from Imperial stock. And while I had my reservations as to our former captain and her menagerie, I'm not blind to opportunities and to the danger I'm in right now. You say this is a friendly port? Maybe. I don't know. As far as I understand, the Isle of Drakes is a death sentence to those who for us, basically.
Let me humble you for a moment there, Aeson. You are Imperial stock. I was the first mate of the Triumph. I dined with them, and I brought food back to you. And I sit here unharmed. You need more proof that this is a friendly port? Keep your head down, and use that brain I know you have.
Yeah. And so I have your word for this. I know Grasha got that installed in your head enough. Honor and such. But what about the rest of them? You think they're just gonna forgive me? And I'm not talking to the people about this port. I'm talking about people on this ship. Are they just ready on your word to just forgive and forget?
Still is a good start.
Still is young. Still wouldn't know the difference. And
then try Charon. You want to be accepted, then start accepting that the menagerie is on the same level. You know Charon, and still start with your home team. We have a ship here of Erysians, of Drakes, who have accepted me as their first mate.
They've seen what you can do with those jaws. I'm not surprised.
Do you truly think that a half-giant's intimidated?
I've talked to that half-giant. Not much of... He's scared shitless of you. Probably the only person he fears more than you is his captain. She's got home advantage as well. Don't look at that either. I don't know what happened that day with the fire in the sky and her kneeling. Don't think I didn't notice that. Look. Any captain. I've worked under many captains. Grasha was not the first one. But I know that when I trust a captain, I want to know that I can trust their judgment. Not their faith. I want them to be here, their eyes on the waves and not in the sky, thinking that whatever happens, whatever thing that might happen around us is a sign of good or ill.
Then consider the following, Ethan. When you attempted to blow a couple of our heads off to make off in a boat with no crew, just the four of you, she united an entire camp that ensured that we are able to sail off, the only option we had on that reef. She got us here alive. She got us to port without getting shot. Things that most Imperial captains couldn't even claim in a dream. To sail up to the Drake Islands unarmed, to find a ship in a forgotten reef. She brought you here alive. So you want to question her judgment? That's questioning why she left you alive, Ethan.
I'm still asking myself that same question.
Because she's smarter than you and I combined. You want to figure it out? Then serve her.
So there's a sort of corner smile as he looked at sort of the same kind of smile that you would seen when when he knew that same smile when he was confident enough that he was going to be winning at cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also it's also the same smile that he had when he knew that he had an ace up his sleeve, right? Because usually that's the same sentiment. Right, well, never could say no to a good game of guesswork or a good riddle, so... yeah. And I think that he sort of... there's a smile as he's pondering. And I think that in that silence, you can just hear the stomach grumbling. And as he looks to the bowl, he says, well, what are you waiting for? You going to take these chains off?
Yeah, Pax, without asking for clarity, without adding insult to injury, he's just leaning in and probably took the key from the hook, clips the manacles off.
And just as he reaches for the bowl, sort of digs into the skewers, we leave the two of you sort of sitting crouched in the hull of the ship as we leave that for tonight.
Wow.
I would like to add a small detail for vibe.
Yes.
Pax gave an oar, but Asin got both. So he chose the ball, but he also gets his belt with his own dagger and his own stuff. Like he gets his kit.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But the yes. Okay. But the intention is right. Well, looks like you had a new crewmate. Okay. On that note, this is where we end our at least the game for tonight. Are we up for a little debrief, or is it late enough?
Well, we have so much to debrief.
Well then, friends, foes, those in between, give us 30 seconds. You know the drill. We're gonna be right back after this. Let us stretch a little bit, and then we'll have much to discuss right after this. See you there. Whew, and we're back. Ooh. So, that was something. Welcome to Maladell.
Yeah.
Well, we went from an island where quasi everything around it wanted to kill us to an island full of druids that filled our bellies.
Yep.
I called it! It's a Druidic enclave!
Yeah, this is a
You were
Druidic
right.
sanctuary.
To be fair, when I saw the village photo and then the boat photo, I was like, "Yep, those are boots. Those are druids."
That what's funny about this is that
Hippie.
there's another campaign that we ran with another group. It's on the channel in French, called Sunken Isles. Same publisher, by the way. But it was also this sort of ideal Hawaiian style, food aplenty, and immediately the first reaction that all of the players had was, "There must be cannibals."
Yeah, I mean,
We're D&D players. This is gonna.
It's
yeah,
gonna
I
happen
mean,
something.
that's the only option.
It is going to trigger some people.
Said, you enter this lovely appointed coffee shop and tavern.
Where's the hag?
Where's the
Yep.
hag? I said, no, that half orc, that sword, that's hers, right? Shout out to, what's the book again? Legends and Lattes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so very much a. We still have much to discover. There's still much to talk, but yeah. And Farron going, "Oh, this is now the dating sim." Technically, you're also here to recruit sailors, so.
Listen. I am willing to take one for the team.
Oh my god.
I will.
Nice.
I'll take that into consideration.
I'm sure it would be such a hard sacrifice from you.
It is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Nah, seriously though, this is fun, and I mean, yes, my hackles are on edge because kind of like, okay, how are they trying to kill us? And then kind of like the guy was like, well, we're the food supply for the neighborhood, so they kind of don't have an interest in killing us. I'm like, that makes a surprising amount of sense, actually.
Yeah.
My first thought when arriving on the island was, okay, they're right in between the water and the fire island. They're gonna be the hothouse.
That's the next level. I feel like this is we still have a few things to just,
Yeah.
Maybe there's a spa, kind of like some hot springs.
Oh my days.
Maybe.
This is really going to become just a full-on dating sim. Guys, I'm playing a lizard. I don't want to get into the anatomy. Is it a cloaca or is it a dick? Oh.
Listen, it hasn't stopped furries from trying to figure it out. Was it scalies?
Scalies.
I know. I
Scalies.
have been on the internet way too long.
So is everybody here. so-
Even though,
Yeah, all of us have.
5 minutes you were playing a dragon, like clearly you were playing a dragon.
Ask any lizard folk female if they have boobs or not. Firstly.
What was that meme? Kind of like, oh, lizard folk people shouldn't have any boobs. Kind of like, oh, Tabaxi should have 6 boobs. Kind of like, which that's a whole nother thing.
It will always be a discussion between fantasy readers and Puritarians.
Hi everyone, this is your after hours. Talk about-
Yeah, we were going to talk about the session, right?
We talk about whatever you guys want. It's
Fair.
We are talking about this.
Yeah. No. So yeah, so we had the whole conversation as to what to do with the pearl. That was interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that evolves, because that is that is completely going to be constructed by you guys, right?
Like Jeremy above the table is like, Gizmo, use that shit. Grab that gem, put it in the ship, make our ship magical as fuck. Let's go.
I mean, we joked about it, but kind of like, hey, series finale, we go full Spelljammer, and he puts it into the engine. You know, kind of like I don't hate it.
Yes.
I mean,
This ship goes to space, same party, we're there.
put a pin in that. Put a pin in that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Wait a couple of sessions.
No, the only thing is that I wanted to avoid as much as possible the trope of, the protagonists have this incredibly unique ship that is secretly the most powerful in the universe, right? I've played a campaign like that. It's not fun because it also means that, oh great, we're now stuck to this old flying piece of crap that nobody understands, right? And what do you mean I can't install my own favorite weapon on the hull of the ship because we can't change it because, it's protected by UNESCO? So it's just want to try and avoid that particular trap.
No, I really like the fact that you're giving us the exact opposite. We currently have the bare bones of a ship, and we're going to be able to build and mod and adapt and adjust to whatever we want it to be.
Absolutely. So if any of you have any skills in ship drawing, well...
Nope.
I realized it doesn't work in the Etherial Expanse because the reference is a real world reference, but calling the ship the Theseus would have been an interesting option.
Oh,
that would have been
I
fun.
like it. Yes.
Hey, nothing says this is going to be our only ship.
Yeah, true.
Who knows, at some point we might want to board one and we'll commandeer that one, or we'll start a fleet and then someone else will captain the Chimera and we'll get a new flagship.
Yeah.
Or the Chimera will sink, which is also a possibility because that guy's in the chair.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll need another ship anyway.
Well,
I still
if the ship
I still appreciate
sinks...
the fact that the first idea that came to your mind is that the DM will sink it instead of Gizmo. So I thank you for that.
Let that be a testament of the absolute unbridled amount of trust I have in you.
We have faith in your restraint ladder.
Yeah, don't
Not
disappoint
Gizmo.
us.
Doing that.
I gotta appreciate the energy, kind of like towards the DM. Like, you can't fire me, I quit.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, and then speaking of sinking your ship, you met the Apocalypse. With so you met the ship that was slightly foreshadowed last introduction.
And the secret to big person with big people with big dick energy is just, no thanks, bye.
I mean, so that was always an option, right? He mentioned it to me. He's like, no, you want to race? You feel ready to race? Let's race. You are not getting to that central island without the race. That is, it's a bit unfortunate, but that is a scripted moment. For some reason, you can come in from any point in the Isles. They will intercept you. They have that. That's scripted, but it's a fun little challenge. It's an introduction into some of the sailing mechanics, so it's a fun time, anyways.
Yeah.
And if you roll badly, then you swim to shore.
You're gonna have to be really clear about the rules, though, because I'm like fully honest. My partner and I are binge watching Taskmaster at the moment, and we are doing everything we can to find the loopholes. And this is a pirate setting.
Fair.
I will need to rehearse all of that, by the way, because I know that they've done an amazing work setting up actual sailing rules with the rolls, etc. And there's a bunch of stuff to unlock, but it looks crunchy.
It is crunchy. It is crunchy, and we'll talk about it probably off air. But to know what exactly, because I've seen quite a few comments on the forums and stuff like that. Say, for example, the whole ship management thing where the amount of grub, the amount of it's grub, gear, and grog, basically, which are your 3 resources. And to be honest, from what I understand, you can easily get some of Maladell. You're never hungry in this thing, which to the point means that the cook and the quartermaster don't really have a real role to doing in the management in this game. And so I've seen multiple GMs say we just drop that in our game. So we'll kind of see what kind of rules we want to keep, at least for the management and whatnot. I think Farron could still very well stay the cook as a flavor, but it just means that, for example, the whole thing about, if you have a cook on board, you can diminish the spending of grub by 1 point in every rank. Right?
It's kind of like playing with encumberment rules, kind of like it's
yeah.
possible, but nobody does it. Yeah, it's fun that you say that because I think you said that. I think you said it was like a quartermaster and cook that are kind of like
which are your 2 things.
Yeah, exactly. So I made some wise choices early on. But hey, I like the flavor. So we'll see what we can, cook up with.
Oh, definitely. I don't think you have a quartermaster on board, do you?
Not sure.
No, you have Emil, who can serve as carpenter and quartermaster.
Right.
And you have a cook. So potentially Farron, being an officer, might just bump you to quartermaster. And actually your background would suit you better. Plus, Tressa is going to kick you out of her kitchen if you burn another fish.
Yeah. Ah, well. Had a good run. Plus, it got me to meet these chucklefucks, so...
Yeah, that had everything to do with your cooking, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But no, if you... I'm going to keep your title as cook until we see, anyway. Yeah. No, and then,
could still have the officer function of quartermaster for mechanical reasons and still cook in-game.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Or Tressa becomes the ship cook and he becomes the outside team cook.
I suppose, that makes sense. Kind of like whatever we do, kind of like offshore, can like still cook some meals, but Tessa's kind of like the. All right.
Mm-hmm.
God. Quartermasters. Yeah. Anyway, now I'm thinking about logistics, so I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole which has nothing to do with.
Fair enough. And I remember that I think it was at last session you mentioned. We find Farron sort of desperately reorganizing the pantry. I'm going, what pantry?
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of like, and this is where I would put my spices if I had any.
I am curious, by the way, unless you don't want to talk about this here and you want this to be an in-game thing, Nader, what is Gizmo's reaction to Pax showing no self-certainty in this situation? As opposed to being this leading alpha creature that, protects and destroys what is endangering them.
It would be nice to get it next session, maybe, too.
Sure.
Get into that, because we didn't have the chance to actually make them interact. That would be nice to explore.
For sure.
Yeah, I think next session there's going to be a whole scene with the crew of the Asphodels, so the Blood Ladies, and it's because you've got your ship, you've got your colors, which are going to be linked to the name of the crew. So technically, we've named your ship, we haven't named your crew. So that is also something we might look into, because I haven't.
To be fair, it's a bit early to be naming a crew that really skeleton.
No, absolutely, 100%. But that is still something going to be. For now, you're the crew of the Chimera, and there we go. Right.
Yeah.
Captain Drake named her ship the Drake, which named the island the Drakes. So, which named the faction.
Yeah.
So, sometimes pirates are not inventive.
and her crew was called the Pigeons.
Actually, no, the Drakes actually. They were the original
All
Drakes.
right,
But yeah,
folks,
on that
we
note,
are half an hour over the
Yeah,
timing
yes,
that we set, so I am
So-
going to go.
I just recommend our DM to check the out of game chat because
yes,
there-
I
Yeah,
was
there was a
lot
very,
happening
very
during the
distracted
session.
by that.
The out of the game chat for this game is amazing.
Perfect.
Why?
Yeah, you were on
I mean-
fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, I do sometimes forget I have 4 charisma, people. I forget this. I play bards
This is-
usually.
You don't, no, you don't get that. You don't get it. This is a compliment. Because holy shit,
Yeah.
we can
Yes.
tell.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks a
I
lot,
had
so-
fun. I mean, if I get praise, I want to shoot equal praise to the 2 people I had long scenes with, Emmy and our GM. That was the tick tack, the back and forth. Love it.
You know what? I might just. Let's see if I can get this up.
By the
quickly
way,
enough.
2 quick things before I'm off. First, thank you for that scene, Jeremy. It was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
Everything I love in a good roleplay session. We are going to have to figure out a way for Astrea to make decisions that I don't want to make on my own, but she would take on her own. Because I feel like at some point, sometimes there are decisions that are that the GM presents, and I'm like, above table, I want your opinions, guys, because we can go in 2 ways, and it would be amazing. On the table, Astrea would make a decision and just go with it.
Absolutely. Right. Well, on that note, that's
on
that's
that
our
note-
cue.
That was the time.
Saved by the bell.
It's Saved by the
Saved by
Bell.
the Bell,
So,
exactly.
friends, foes, those in between, thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping up, and we hope to see you next time on the Aetherial Expanse. See you soon.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye bye.